Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, pretty big pile of Perrin parts. I actually was looking to do a few things by Perrin, so I decided to hit them up, see if they wanted to do any type of, partnership, just because I was looking to do so many other parts, and lucky enough, they were really cool about it, and they asked if I kind of want to do some videos for them. So of course I accepted, because who doesn't like Perrin? So I actually have, believe it or not, I actually have a couple more parts coming by them. They were on back order, so I'm waiting to get them in the mail. But just today, all this stuff arrived, so I figured I would do an unboxing video, kind of explaining what I got, why I got it, and kind of go through. I'm gonna do separate videos of each install, so I don't really want to stretch it out, but I think it'll be beneficial for, instead of doing one massive overhaul or one video of everything being put on, I figured I'll do each individual video explaining each thing of how to install it, what it does, and just so, if anybody's looking for that specific part, they could just watch that video instead of skipping through, 10-15 minutes worth of video just to see the part they need. So yeah, I'm gonna start unboxing everything. I have not opened anything yet. I mean, I know what it is, obviously, because I ordered it, but also on the side of the box it explains what it is. But I'll kind of go over in detail of each piece, and kind of go over why I bought it. Like I said, this is not going to be the install video for these. This is merely going to be just the unboxing and showing the parts. So let's get to it. All right, so big pile of Perrin boxes. I'm gonna go over each box, explain what it is. I have my, I know what item it is, but I'll give you the actual Perrin description. So, if anybody's not understanding what it is, I'll have the exact description there. First thing I'll start off, first they gave me some banners, some stickers, which is pretty cool. It's always cool to rep a brand that you appreciate and you enjoy using their products. So I'll definitely put these to use. I got 2 banners actually. I'll probably hang this one up somewhere in the garage. I mean, obviously this is just for the video, but I'll move it over somewhere on the wall. But the first thing, this is let's get the exact name. It is the Breakmaster cylinder reservoir cover. It's very self-explanatory. It's basically just like a sponge that wraps around the brake reservoir, and just in case if brake fluid ends up spilling or leaking. As we all know, brake fluid is pretty toxic. It'll burn through anything. So if you didn't have this on and it spilled, it would just basically eat through the paint in your engine bay, and also probably through the car. So it's good to have this just as a security. It's super cheap, so it's definitely something I would throw if you're getting some Perrin parts, whatever. I would definitely throw this in your basket. Next up is the Boost solenoid cover. You guys can see. I decided to go, first off, let me explain. Everything I decided to go with is the black wrinkled finish. There's the red, and also the new really popular neon yellow or green, based off of the 18 plus brakes, and which I think is really cool. If I had an 18 plus and I had white or something where I had the brakes, I would definitely go for that color. But for me, and the way I went with this car, it's really clean, and I don't want to do anything too loud, so I just wanted to keep it really simple. And I think the black will definitely kind of clean up the engine bay, because the engine bay is not really that pretty to look at. I mean, to some people it may be, but it's I don't know, it's all over the place. Like if you look at some German cars and anything like higher caliber, they spend a lot of time in the engine bay making it look nice. Not only look nice, but practical as well. So dressing it up is definitely something that I definitely would want to do at some point. So I did go with the black. I know it's kind of boring. You may not even notice some of the stuff that's in there. If I do open the hood, whatever, you will probably notice, but to me, I will, and that's all that matters, because it's my car and I'm going to enjoy it. So like I said, when I went with the black, I was really, really close going to the neon green just to be, you know, a little crazy and do something a little bit louder on the car, but I kind of went against my my gut, or went with my gut, I should say, and went with the black. And I'm really happy I did, because I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. So like I said, this was the boost solenoid cover. So you open it up. As with every single Perrin part you ever get, they give you a bag of instructions and hardware, which is really nice, because a lot of companies do not spend time to do that. I know I've over the years I've installed parts that come with absolutely nothing, and you just kind of have to guess. You know, either looking on the forums or something and trying to figure out how to install it. It's never fun. I mean, it's in a way it's fun to figure things out, but having this, you know, right next to you is definitely nice to have, and it's great that they include all the tools that you need to install it. So if you didn't have something like this where you got a bunch of tools to work on your own car, it's nice that they have this included. And you know, it's nice quality parts, you know, or the hardware and stuff. So you know, they don't cheap out. It's really nice. I believe it's stainless steel. I don't know. I'd have to look. I think so. I don't know, but it's nice stuff. So let's get to the actual part. All right, so that's it. And this goes over. Has a really nice, the wrinkled black finish, has their logo. This goes over, it's that little metal bracket that goes over the boost solenoid. I mean, duh, that's pretty self-explanatory, but this one's just a lot cleaner. I like the black, so you know, obviously when I do install each part and I do each video, I'll explain how the fitment and everything and what I think. But you know, just out of the box, you can tell it's quality. It's really well made. It's not flimsy. Some of this stuff that you can buy is just, it's really cheap, but this is, I mean, it's definitely a solid piece. That's definitely gonna last for probably longer than the car would. So, all right, so that's the boost solenoid cover. I'm gonna try to put all this stuff back in the box how it came, because I'm going to eventually obviously install all this, but I don't want a million parts laying around. I want to keep everything together. So let's put this to the side and go to the next part. The next part is pretty self-explanatory, is the oil cap. Like I said, I went with the black. I was going to go with the green, which looks really nice, but I just went with the black to keep it simple. Just like the other part, you get the instructions. This one's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think you need instructions on how to install an oil cap. But it looks like they include an O-ring. It says O-ring used for caps with alignment issues. Please read instructions. So I'll definitely go over this just in case, because obviously you don't want to have oil shooting all over your engine bay. So just make sure that you are installing this right. You know, it is an aftermarket piece, so you want to make sure everything is nice and tight and sealed, so you don't have any issues. But that's obviously a pretty self-explanatory install. And yes, I will make a separate video just on that. I know it's kind of silly, but like I said, if somebody's looking for that exact part, it'll be much easier just to look at that video instead of scrolling through, you know, 20 minutes of me talking about stuff. So, all right, next part. This is the rear end links. I got the urethane bushing ones. They have the spherical ones, but I don't want, you know, I drive this car on the street. I don't want anything crazy. I'm not tracking the car, so I thought the urethane ones are more than adequate. I don't want anything that was going to make a lot of noise, because I know with you know, once you get into more solid bushings and that kind of stuff, more noise can kind of pop up when you install these kind of things. So I wanted something obviously close to stock, but obviously stronger, because the stock end links are actually, they're really thin and they're prone to breaking, especially when you install sway bar. So that kind of will show you exactly what the other part that's coming in. The sway bar is not in yet. I wish I did, just so I can have it, because obviously it's a bigger box, so it'll look even more impressive with all the boxes here. But the sway bar, there was a couple week back order, but it should be in about a week or two. So when I get that, I'll do an unboxing video as well as an install video. But the rear end links were in stock, so that was sent with this order. Again, there's all the hardware and the instructions, and pretty simple. Here's the end links. They're really nice. A lot of this stuff, you know, you always see it online and you're looking at it and everything, and then when you actually get it in person, it's much nicer and like in your hand, you know, the quality. You don't really notice that kind of stuff, you know, when you're just looking at pictures on the internet. So you know, like having this stuff actually in your hand and feeling the quality of it, it's pretty sweet. These are nice. I've had on my WRX, I tried the cartboy ones, which everybody recommended, and I absolutely hated because those things made so many noises. They were popping like crazy. I ended up selling them, and I think I went with White Line, which were okay. They definitely weren't as nice as this. They were a lot cheaper, I remember, than these. I remember I looked at them to see, you know, when I was shopping for sway bars, and they were much cheaper. So I can definitely see the increase in quality with these. So I'm happy I went with these. Again, there's gonna be a separate video on this. Well, it's gonna be these and the rear sway bar install. I'll do that as one video, mainly because when you're installing a sway bar, obviously you're probably gonna do the end links at the same time. Next up, this one's this is something that you probably won't even notice when it's on the car, but it is the battery tie down. I just like everything, you know, if I get something, I like a complete set. I like something that's, you know, I have every single piece of the puzzle, and everything is, you know, in unison. There's no different colors, different textures, different manufacturers, whatever. You know, if they have a whole entire set, I like to get everything so everything is matched in unison. It just, to me, that just looks much better put together and thought out, as opposed to just throwing parts on there. Again, this is just something I wanted just because it looks cool, and just to have the complete set. This is the battery tie down, so it goes across the battery to hold the battery into place. Again, very simple. It's 2 bolts, but it's gonna look nice. It's gonna kind of complete everything. So let's put this away. I love how Perrin packs their stuff. I like their boxes. You know, a lot of companies, they don't have their branding on them, so that's cool to have that. It's always exciting. It's like Perrin boxes and Volk racing boxes. For some odd reason, I feel like I have to hold on to them. I don't know why, but I feel like they're special. But these are a lot of boxes, so I don't know if I'm going to hold on to all these. But let's see. Okay, this one is the belt cover. So this is the one that goes over the alternator and where the belts are. Again, it's black. I didn't go with any crazy color. Everything is black. So this one comes with a Perrin license plate holder, mainly because it probably didn't fit in the other boxes, which is cool. There's all the hardware to fit everything. Let's check it out. Yeah, I've seen these. I don't know why I never did this on my old WRX, but it's cool. I love the finish on this. It's really nice. It's very similar to the finish on the Plenum on the motor. Granted, it's red. I think the wrinkled finish is really nice. I don't like anything gloss or smooth. It's, you know, you got to realize it's in the engine bay. It's going to get dirty. You know, this kind of, I think, will hold up a little bit better in terms of keeping it looking as clean as it is now. I think it won't scratch easily. I remember with you know, other pieces that I've used in the past, the quality, you know, you like scrap your nail on it and it leaves a scratch mark. So this looks really finished, doesn't scratch, which is cool. So that's pretty nice. All right. 2 more boxes. Like I said, I wish I had the sway bar box to kind of show you guys that. But I'll go over that. Not that I'm really spoiling anything, but I went with the 25 millimeter, which is pretty massive. The stock rear sway bar is 20 millimeters, I believe. So bumping up to what a lot of people do is the next step is 22, which I've heard doesn't really make that big of a difference. So I went, there's 24s out there, but I wanted to get the biggest one, just because having something so big in the back, it really helps with the understeer, and it kind of helps make a little bit more tail happy, which I prefer in a car. I like a more rear wheel drive bias car. So having a bigger sway bar in the back is pretty. I think it's gonna feel great. I actually did have a front and rear sway bar with front and rear end links and all that on my WRX, and I found, because the front sway on this car is 26 millimeter, it's already massive. So changing it out is really not necessary. A good thing to do actually is do the bushings that go around the sway bar on the front and the end links, because those are prone to fail. But like I said, I drive this car on the street. I'm not tracking it. I'm not autocrossing it. I'm not doing anything crazy. So I really don't think I'm going to notice a difference with any of those things up front. Maybe someday if I get bored or I'm just looking for something else to do, I'll get the front end links that match these to go up here. But I think, well, I know. In other words, in my WRX, I ended up taking off the front end links and sway bar and selling them and put the stock back. I didn't notice the difference between the two, and also they made a ton of noise. Every single turn they were popping. It was the most, annoyed the crap out of me. So I didn't want to deal with that again, and like I said, this is a pretty big sway bar up front, so I'm not even going to mess with it. The rear should definitely help out a lot. It's actually a night and day difference from what I told. And I know when I did it on my other car that it was such a cool difference, because it really was noticeable even on the street. It just, the car feels so much flatter, and I mean, this car doesn't really have that much float, especially with the coilovers, but there is a little bit, and I think it's gonna kind of get rid of any other sway that is left, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So that's gonna be a good video. But let's get on to the next box. This one is the radiator shroud. So this one goes up front, kind of where the handle is to open the hood. Again, I went with the black. Keep it all uniform. You get the instructions back here or right there, and another license plate frame. Get the hardware just in a separate little spot. And then I believe this comes in 2 or 3 pieces, yeah. And you get the foam. I don't even know what that is. I'm assuming it goes somewhere to help fit it. I probably gotta read the, let's see. I don't know, I'll look at it later. But this goes across right up front. There's another piece in here. And it kind of hides all that ugliness up on the front of the bay, where the radiator is, and just looks a lot cleaner. So that's that. And the last piece that I'm probably most excited about is, if I can close it, the front strut mount. I've heard this actually is a pretty big difference on this car. So that's actually another reason why I'm not going with the front sway bar. This helps stiffen things up between the two coils, and it tightens up the whole entire chassis up front, which I definitely think will help, especially in pair with the rear sway bar. I'm kind of happy because I know I'm gonna try to install this all tonight and do the videos, but it's gonna be nice to install, not have the sway bar right now, and install this first to see how much of a difference that it makes. Because you know, when you install a lot of parts at once, there's so much going on that you don't even notice each individual modification. Granted, you know, all the engine-based stuff, that you're not going to feel a difference. That's just purely for cosmetics and just to make it look nice. But this one's actually a little bit more performance oriented, and you'll actually feel difference. So it'll be nice to see, to do one thing at a time, and to feel the difference and see and kind of get my thoughts and review on that, as opposed to just putting everything on at once and then kind of being like, oh, you know, it drives great. So I'm going to install this tonight. I'll probably do a review of the sway bar and everything after I get it all installed. Along with this, I'll kind of do one video of kind of my overall thoughts after this stuff is installed, and if I think it's worth it and all that, which I'm pretty sure I know I'm gonna like it. So, all right, so here we go. We got Allen key and another Perrin license plate holder. I have a lot of Perrin license plate holders, and I only use one plate, so but it's cool to have. So this might be something cool to give away. You know, if I see somebody, obviously I'm not gonna do like make them pay for it or whatever. If I see a local or something, or you know, hand these out. Or if anybody wants one, let me know. I'll ship it to you. All right, so let's take this out of the box. Oh, awesome! This part's nice. Taking that out nicely. All right, wow, this is nice. Like like I said, it's the same finish as all the other parts. This is super easy to install. It just goes onto the on the strut mounts, or you know, on the front coils. It's just the two bolts, and really straightforward install. I don't know why they didn't include a strut bar on this car. I know a lot of performance cars they have from the factory. I know my M3, I know it's a very different car, but my M3 had one. And I remember I took it off to see and drove it back to back with it on and off to see if it really made a difference, and it really did. So it's kind of strange that they didn't include one. You know, the only thing, it would have been cool to have the green. It would have stood out way more in the back, because this thing goes behind the intercooler here, or like kind of over top in the back. So you really won't see it, which is fine. You know, I'm not here to strut my stuff, or you know, okay, check out my stock stage 1 STI, you know, with a bar. You know, I'm not looking to show things off here. It's not a show car. I just, you know, I daily drive it. So, I mean, it would be cool to have the green or the red or something to kind of have it pop out a little bit more. But I'm a simple guy. I like things clean, so this will look really good in there. But yeah, I mean, that's everything I got for now. Like I said, I still have the sway bar coming, so I'll do I guess another video unboxing of that. And then I'm going to do, like I said it like 20 times in here, that I'm going to do an individual video of each install of each part, so everybody understands how to install it and what the part is for. And then once everything's all done, including the sway bar, I'll do a kind of comprehensive review of it all, what I think of it, if I think it's worth it and all that. Because I know this is kind of basic stuff that a lot of Subaru guys do, and it's definitely really nice quality. And I'm really happy that Perrin decided to work with me. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not a big social media influencer or anything like that. I'm not trying to be, or that's not my goal here or whatever. I simply just enjoy doing this stuff in the garage myself. And I've always liked sharing the process through my car journey on the journals and everything. And you know, some people, I had quite a few followers that were interested in just my mindset and what I did with my cars. So I figured I would just start recording. It's good for me too, because I've said this before. The forums are kind of dying out, and nobody really kind of communicates on there anymore. Social media is kind of where things are right now, and you know, I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy meeting like-minded people, and it's nice to find those kind of people out there. You know, whether we're just talking on, you know, Instagram or something, or it's just cool to find the people that think like me, and you know, that share that common interest. And it's fun doing this. You know, I enjoy doing it. I'm not obviously doing it for the money, because you know, we all know that YouTube doesn't pay well. I have a full-time job. This is simply just to kind of, you know, get out in the garage, enjoy my car, and kind of just put up a camera and record my thoughts as I'm obviously thinking them. I'm just saying them. But yeah, I'm rambling. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you guys have any questions on specific parts, be sure to let me know, and I'll give you, I could provide links or whatever you guys need. I can give you my quick review just on the thoughts of it, of the unboxing. And you know, if you have questions about what part, what does what, refer to the next, you know, I don't know how many videos, how many boxes did I get. You know, I'll be kind of rocking them out. I plan to do all this tonight, so I'm gonna be in the same clothes. So there's gonna be some continuity in this, because obviously I'm doing it all now. But yeah, I mean, that's everything. I just want to thank Perrin, obviously, for hooking it up massively, and you know, definitely hit them up. They have, obviously, you know what Perrin is. They have tons of performance and engine-based stuff, and they got a ton of stuff for this car, like exhausts, you know, headers and all that stuff. They have a ton of intercoolers. They got everything. So definitely really happy to be a part of, I guess, the Perrin family, and to get more Perrin parts in the car. I have very simple. I have the Perrin reverse lockout, as well as their SI dial button, you know, the little cover thing that goes on there. So I'm happy to put more Perrin parts on the car, because I was so happy with those. And I'm looking forward to getting this stuff on the car. So I'll catch you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching.